Okay, let me ask you something as I go and get in my workout. Are you drinking enough water? Are you drinking enough water? It's so interesting how people will step on the scale with the goal of getting leaner and not drink enough water. So the scale stays the same or it goes up a little bit. Ignorance is not bliss, you guys. Ignorance is not bliss. If you don't drink enough water the day or two, all the way up until the day before you step on the scale and check your weight, guess what's going to happen? Your weight's going to be up. It's going to be up. It's not going to be where you want it to be, or it's not going to go down as much because you're going to hold water. But here's the thing that a lot of fitness experts don't get. Number one, you want to know where a person's glucose levels are. You do. Unless they're confirmed type 2 diabetic or something like that. And why is that? Right now in the United States, and Canada is right there around the world, but I'm just going to say United States. In the United States right now, there's about 30 million people that are type 2 diabetic. And that doesn't mean much to a lot of people, but it's not a good thing, okay? 30 million people. The most fascinating part is that closing in now on 100 million people. 100 million people are pre-diabetic and have absolutely no clue that they're pre-diabetic. Some of you who are watching this live or you're catching a replay, you're pre-diabetic and you have no idea. And then one day you go to the doctor and they tell you that your blood glucose levels are elevated. And they tell you that you're pre-diabetic. And then some people aren't going and getting their checks. They're not checking in. Think about that. And if you're pre-diabetic, that means you're insulin resistant. And if you're insulin resistant, what are you going to do about it? Think about it. Think about that. Well, when I work with a client, I know what their fasting glucose is. And for, let's say, 30 days or so, what I call a discovery phase, you look at it, and after a while, you see it stabilizing. You don't need to prick your finger or check your glucose because you got it. There's no need. Maybe once a month, maybe once every 3 months. If you start to gain weight, then you check it, and then you know. Okay, so that's number one. Number two is, let's say that all of that is in order, and you don't lose the weight that you want. So let's say your waist is the same or you gain a pound, but your waist is the same size or it went down. That says a lot. It speaks volumes. It tells you a lot on if you're making progress or not. I get excited about that. So I had a client the other day whose weight after 7 days was the exact same, but her waist went down. And I said, how are you doing with water? She goes, well, yesterday wasn't as good. I said, you're leaner. She goes, what do you mean? I said, drink water all day today, get on the scale tomorrow, and I guarantee you, I'll put everything on it, that your weight on the scale will go down. And she did it. Sheila, what's up, Sheila? You just did this. I told you to do the same thing. You did it. You sent me your numbers. Boom. Janine, what did I tell you? I hope you're catching this, Janine. What did I tell you yesterday when I was talking to you on the phone? Janine did something I asked her to do, and this morning, she's 4 pounds down. So, okay. Here's the last one. The point of this live is that your weight will always follow your waist. It's not the flip. Where the waist goes, the weight will follow. In wrestling, we teach where the head goes. I can control the head. If I can get his head to go this way, if it's going this way, guess what? His body's going to follow. It's going to go that way. If his head goes this way, his body's going to follow. If your waist goes this way, the weight will follow. The other part of that is that when you have a coach, someone you can report into, it's called accountability. This woman named Jean Nidich, I learned that from her. When I got into the weight loss space in 1995, I learned that from Jean. You know that company, Weight Watchers? The one she started? Weight Watchers is great for the accountability, but when you can't go and get, check in. And so I was talking to a client, and we were talking, and I said, hey, so what if you and I don't check in anymore? I don't check your weight. You don't check in. And it doesn't have to be me, but here's my last point. I said, what's going to happen? All of the data demonstrates this true. That when you have accountability in place, and accountability with clarity is even better. It's almost guaranteed that you're going to be successful. It helps you stay the course. So, accountability is powerful, man. And what is that worth? And how do we make sure we have it? And when I say with clarity, if you're checking in with someone who's leading you in a horrible place, like some of these fad and crazy diets that people get pulled into, you'll be accountable and you'll just compound the damage you're creating. That's not cool. That's not cool at all. So, the take home that I'm sharing right now before I do my workout and meet with one of my clients and give him a hard time. I bet he's watching this. He's probably on his way here, because I'm going to give him a really tough time today. And when I say tough time, I'm having fun. I am a former Marine, by the way. And as a former Marine, I do know how to turn it up, if you know what I mean. Former Marine, coach, all of that stuff. The take home I have for you guys is to drink water. Stay hydrated. The more water you drink, the less water you hold. And the scale will then be kind to you. If you're not drinking water and you're going to the scale as a way to monitor your progress, if you're measuring your progress based on the scale and you're not drinking plenty of water, it's going to throw you a curveball left and right. It's not going to be pretty. Okay? But if you're monitoring your waist also and you're drinking water, let's say is off a little bit, as long as your waist didn't expand, you're okay. It's all good. Just drink the water and you'll continue to get the results that you're looking for. Okay? Peace.